welcome again back to Things Holly Does. I'd like to show you today the Pixie belt that I made off of Morale Fiber's website, which will be linked. I had thought to make this for my daughter, but it ended up being too big, and so my 10-year-old son was wearing it, and he actually looked pretty cute in it. But it was just half double crochet with some single crochet on top, and then I did some chained picots. I don't know if you can see them in there. Then I had all this extra fabric laying around from a variety of projects that I did. And then I followed one of her tutorials about making a circle pocket. And it was okay. Didn't come out quite the way I had hoped it would. But I had done something wrong at some point, and it got depth. Instead of being flat, I got some depth. So which was kind of a cool mistake. And then I made the plain back, and I had this bead in my stash, and so I made a little loop for it to close like so. And then on this side, I made just a simple square pocket out of some acrylic yarn that I had. But what was kind of cool is that this button, I don't have a lot of buttons around here, was the lid of from Carton of Almond Milk. So I had the lid, and my husband just bought a Dremel. Oh, that's fun. And so of the lid, I cut the ring off, so I was just left with that solid plastic top. Then I filed that down so it was smooth, and I drilled 2 holes in it with the drill. And then I just crocheted in the round around it to cover it. And then I used the yarn from the magic ring to stitch it through the 2 holes and create like a little I don't know what the hell you call that. I don't know what that is. I did that. That's what I did. And stitched it on. And so there's a little pocket. Put your stuff in there. And there you go. So it's too big for my daughter. And at first she didn't like it. And I think maybe there's too much going on. Maybe there's too much here. You know? I don't know. But there's some gauze from the inside of a skirt that I bought at the thrift store. This is a man's dress shirt. I ripped that up. This is some taffeta. I have about 9 yards of this really dark peacock blue taffeta. I have no idea why. Rip that up. What else do we have in here? This is some black satin from a vest I needed to make for my son for his dance routine. What else? This here is another man's shirt. I love buying extra large and double XL men's shirts at the thrift store. It's a wonderful place to get fabric. So I cut that up. And then the white, just to add a little color depth, is just a t-shirt that I cut in strips with rotary cutter, and then you pull them and they make a tube. And then just for grins, shits and giggles, I had this really, really thin ribbon, and I stuck all that on there. So the school where my children attend, they have an art show at the end of this half of the school year, right before the holiday break. And they take all kinds of art. It doesn't matter. So as fiber art, I may put this up for auction. I'm sure that one of my son's classmates would probably love this. So yeah, that was my first Pixie belt attempt. And I got the tutorial from Morale Fiber, whose link I will post. Oh, and then the tie is just a simple single crochet I-cord. Real simple technique to make that. All right. So there you go. Pinterest fail, yay or nay?
You better learn to love me, 'cause I'm gonna be king of the world.